your equity increases. Okay, so there's a few different ways that you make money in real estate, right? So let's say you have a house and you buy it for $500,000. Okay, and you go in and you want to get a loan on that for 80. You get a loan, so the lender gives you a loan for 80% of the value, and you show up and you paid. So lender pays that much, you pay, the difference of that, right? Essentially, right? So, and that is in 2019, 20. Okay, that's when you bought that. Okay, so, oops. So now time goes on. So during that year, right? So now we go 2021. Nope, didn't work for me. Okay. And so this is value of house. So during that year, your house, let's just say it goes up in value. Let's just say it goes up 5% in value. Okay, so that times by 5%, which actually I'm gonna have to type it this way, be 1.05. That will have it go up in value that much. Okay, so now say, okay, so now you've paid off, you've been making your monthly payment. So you have taken this and subtracted, right, your monthly payment for 12 months. You've paid $2,000, right? Let's say that's all going to principal. So now all you owe your lender, right when you bought it, you owed them $400,000, right? But now you only owe them that much. Does that make sense? But your house value went up, right? So I'm also going to have a running number here, your equity, right? So what's your equity, Brody? And I'll just answer this question for you, right? Your equity is the difference between what you owe and what it's worth. Even though you paid that $100,000, that's still yours, essentially, right? Because you own that amount that you put into your house. That wasn't lent to you, right? So that's your equity, okay? And then we'll just kind of do this down the line. Okay, so now the next year, let's say it goes up another 5%, right? So 1.05, but it's basing off of the current year, right? It's not basing it off of, the past year. So now it's at 551,000. Okay. And you did the same thing. Let's see what we'll drag over here. Yep. So you made your monthly payment still, and now you only owe that much. Following there? That all good? Now, but since it went up in value, let's say you sold that very day. Well, you have to pay your agent fees and whatnot, your closing costs, but that's how much your equity is now. So now let's just kind of drag these all the way across, right? Your house goes up consistently in value 5% a year, 4 years in or 5 years in or whatever. Your house is now worth $607, but you've been paying down your mortgage that whole entire time, right? So now your equity is $303,000. Does that make sense? Sweet. So now hopefully this will, click for you here. If let's say you bought the house, but right, and your mortgage is $2,000 a month. Okay, but you decided to put a renter in that house. Okay, so monthly rent payment. Your renter, right, is now paying, but you charge $3,000 of rent a month. Okay, so you have your rent payment and you have your mortgage payment. So your mortgage payment, okay, which is $2,000 a month. And I should have put those the other way around. Okay, so what is your profit? $1,000. Okay, so But where's that other 2,000 going? Right back to your mortgage, right? That's paying this down. Isn't that wild? So your renter's paying your monthly mortgage, not you. So now you're pocketing $1,000 a month, right? Every month. So yearly, you're pocketing that times 12, but you're also pocketing your equity. So let's say, so let's count all of this equity, right? So now your yearly profit, including equity, yearly profit, right, would be your equity plus your rent. Wild. Oops, and that didn't drag over because I didn't copy these over. Whoa, 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 whoa. Boom, boom. There you go. So there you go. And every year you decided to raise rent $100 a year, right? So now you're charging, $3,100 or whatever. So your total profit is actually $1,100 times 12, right? And then this year you're charging $1,200 times 12, and then this year you're charging $1,300 times 12. So there you go. And that slowly pays off your mortgage. And then you can go way down 30 years into the future, right? Like you bought a house in 1975 or 1975, for one handful of raspberries. Right? AKA, $75,000, right? Or less, right? 7,500, I don't know. And then you keep it for all this time and then it goes up. And now you've completely paid off that mortgage. Right now, let's just say you owe nothing, right? Now you have that entire amount and you don't have a monthly mortgage payment, right? And so your monthly profit is $3,000 rather than $12,000.